Привет! Hi there! Welcome to the third lesson. We are continuing our marathon, and I'm sorry I had to postpone this lesson, but I hope you used this time and did something useful for your Russian and for your learning. Alright, so let's go to the content table and look what we are going to talk about today. And the first topic will be personal singular pronouns. Today we will learn how to say I, you, and you already know he, she, and it. But that's not all. We also will talk about professions, how to say professions in Russian, and also, same as in English, some of the professions change according to the gender, female and male. So I will show you how to change them. And we will talk about possessive pronouns. Possessive pronouns for I, you, he, she, and it. And that part might be a little bit difficult, so I hope you will stop the video and read the slides a few times if you feel like you need some more time to understand this topic. And also, after this lesson, you will receive a worksheet and all the slides for yourself, so you will be able to go through them again and again. And I tried to break these slides into very small and understandable pieces. Just read carefully, read examples, try to understand, and if you have any questions, feel free to contact me or write to the group chat. Alright, so today you will learn how to say I, you, he, she, it, to speak about relations in your family, how to say my friend, my father, my brother, my husband, etc. I will teach you how to ask and answer questions about your possessions or about your relations in the family. And of course, you will learn some professions in Russian. So on this slide, you can see all the personal singular pronouns in Russian in nominative case, infinitive form. In the second lesson, we already learned how to say he, she, it. You can see them here. Он, она, оно. And I mentioned in the first lesson that letter ya is very important because ya means I or me. And here are a few examples how to tell somebody your name. Я Katya. Katya is my Russian name. Я Katya or Я Ekaterina. Katya is my short name. Ekaterina is a full form. Maybe you heard about the queen. And here you can see two different forms of the pronoun you. Both of them are singular. So what's the difference? Ты is you, singular, but informal. I also mentioned in the previous lesson when we were talking about greetings that ты is used for your friends, for your age people, somebody who you know well enough, for your relatives, etc. And вы you will use for somebody who you met for the first time or who is older than you and you want to show your respect. Also, we use вы for our grandparents, for example. So вы is not only for strangers. And let's imagine that it was a little dialogue. Like somebody asked me, what's your name? Как тебя зовут? And I said, я Katya. And I'm asking in return, а ты? That is if the person is my age, and especially if he or she asked me, как твое имя? Или как тебя зовут? That means that person started with ты pronoun, informal one. But if somebody asked me, как вас зовут? We will learn this question later. Как вас зовут? Formal one. I would answer я Екатерина, а вы, а вы means and you, а ты and you informal, а вы you formal. And here он, она, оно. So I can ask about the person who came with this person who I just asked name before. И кто она? И кто она or и кто он with you, Who is the third person? A little dialogue. Я Катя, а ты? И кто она? Or я Екатерина, а вы? И кто он? So that's basically my name is Kate and you, and who is he or who is she. So that was a little introduction to personal pronouns, and we will have a look at possessive pronouns later. Also, we will learn, of course, we will learn plural pronouns in our next lesson. And here we are coming to professions, and in Russian, professions will be профессии. Профессии, that is plural. Профессии. Let's just learn few of them. We will use them in examples just after that. The first one is врач. 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 Sometimes you can also hear doctor, but we mostly use only врач. Next one, секретарь. Секретарь. Remember about unstressed yeah? Секретарь. Next one, инженер. Инженер. Ж, yeah? Инженер. Next slide. Водитель. Unstressed O, so it turns into A. Водитель. Адвокат. Юрист. Адвокат. Юрист. And one more. Businessman. Businessman. All these professions have something in common. All of them can be used for female or male professions, and they don't change anything in their names. So we don't need to add any ending or anything. If I want to say about female, let's say profession, we still say businessman. Even about lady. In Russian, we don't say business lady, but sometimes you of course will hear something like секретарша, врачиха, which is super wrong, and intelligent people not supposed to use that. Just some people like to use it, but it's wrong. No, these words are supposed to be as they are without any changes. Alright, so we will use these 6 professions to learn how to ask about jobs and answer. Let's look at this slide. There are different ways to ask about profession. The first one is кто ты по профессии? Кто ты по профессии? That one means who are you by profession? Кто ты по профессии? Next one, кем ты работаешь? Кем ты работаешь? Which also means what is your job? And one more, чем ты занимаешься? Чем ты занимаешься? It is equivalent to what do you do in English, but it is a bit tricky because it has the same form as what are you doing. So чем ты занимаешься can mean what do you do in general in your life or right now. Yeah, what are you busy with? Like what are you doing at the moment? And if you already know the name of the person, and from the context it is understandable that you want to ask his or her profession, you could just ask кто он or кто она. The questions we learned on the previous lesson, but yeah, that can mean many things. It can mean who is he or she for you, but from the context usually it is clear that you mean profession. Кто он, кто она. Usually we don't ask кто ты. That is just weird to ask кто ты. So we can ask it about another person, but if you ask the person you are talking to, usually you would use кто ты по профессии, кем ты работаешь, or чем ты занимаешься. On the next slide, you can see 2 different dialogues. I hope it will be clear from the context what they mean. Ты бизнесмен? Да, я бизнесмен. А ты? А я юрист. And just to mention, knowing that юрист and businessman could be both male or female, we actually cannot understand who are talking, man or women. One more. Ты бизнесмен? Нет, я водитель. А ты? А я businessman. By the way, just a funny fact that some people pronounce businessman as businessmen. You can hear that, but it's not very correct, as many people in Russia and Ukraine say YouTube instead of YouTube. So as these words are borrowed from another language, from English, we're supposed to say businessman. And here is a little example. We have a picture of a girl, and we know that her name is Alina, and she is врач. So, how to answer the question? Кто это? Кто это? And somebody would answer, это Алина. Кто это? Это Алина. А кто она по профессии? Or just а кто она? That also can be if from the context it's clear that you are asking about profession. Кто это? Это Алина. А кто она по профессии? Она врач. And again, just to remind you that in English that would be 4 words. She is a doctor. And in Russian we use only 2 of them, right? Она врач. She doctor. We don't need to use any verbs to be, and we don't need to use articles. They don't exist in Russian. So it's simple. Она врач. One more. Here we have a man. His name is Pavel, and he is an engineer. And we're asking, кто это? Кто это? Это Павел. Это Павел. А кем он работает? А кем он работает? Он инженер. Он инженер. You can stop and try to make your own examples. Just pick a random name, random profession, and try to make this little dialogue as an example here. And this is a question for you. А кем работаешь ты? А кем работаешь ты? Please write under this video in comments. I will reply to you. А кем ты работаешь? Я учитель. Я учитель. Or я учительница. Я учитель или я учительница? That's the question. So as I mentioned before, in Russian it is a bit messed up when to use female version of the noun and when it doesn't exist at all, and we should use only male version for both male and female. And one of these words is учитель. Actually, учитель is one of the words which doesn't change when we talk about women. Учитель is always учитель. So to say учительница isn't very correct. Я учитель, even though I'm a woman. Okay, but let's have a look on the words which actually have 2 forms, male and female. Some words for professions have masculine and feminine forms. The suffix k plus the ending a is often used to form feminine form of masculine noun for professions. Here are some examples of masculine and feminine nouns when they have 2 different forms. One of them is артист, артист for male, and артистка, артистка for female. And actually this word has very wide meaning in Russian. We can call artist anybody who is on the stage, basically dancer, musician, mime, anyone who works in show business. One more is студент, which we learned before. Студент is masculine, and студентка, it changes for female. Студент, студентка. And this one we use only for university students. Next profession is журналист and журналистка. Журналист, журналистка. This one has feminine version. So I hope one of these was yours, and now you can make a sentence about your profession. Кто ты по профессии? Write me under this video. If you don't know the word for your profession, you can just Google and check it. And here we are coming to a more difficult topic. It's not crazy difficult, it is just more difficult than possessive pronouns in English, because in Russian we have to change them according to genders. And I would like to start with equivalents to mine, yours, his, its, and hers when we do not mention the object. Моё, моё, твое, его. This one is the same for his and its. Его and ее. So, мое, твое, его, ее. And straight away, let's learn how to use them in the context. So here we are coming to a question, how to ask whose. Whose is this? And the question is чье. Чье это? Whose is this? When I point to the object without naming it. Чье это? We would use neutral gender. Чье это? You enter the room and you see a bucket with cat in it, and you want to know whose is that. So you're asking чье это? Чье это? And here are 3 different answers according to the person. Это мое. Это мое. This is mine. Это мое. Это его. Это его. This one is the same for it and his. Это его and это ее. Это ее. If you point to a girl, это ее. So, чье это? Это мое. Чье это? Это его. Чье это? Это ее. Alright, I hope that was easy to understand. And now we are moving one step further. And here we will talk about how to ask a specific question. And on this slide, we will talk about how to ask more specific question if I want to point to the object to make it clear. For example, whose bed is that? Or whose vase is that? In that case, the word whose, we should change the word whose according to the gender. And here we talk about singular pronoun, чей, чье, and чья. Чей is for masculine, чье neutral, and чья for feminine. So we should choose one of them, чей, чье, чья, according to the gender of the object we are asking about. For example, in Russian, цветок, flower. Цветок is masculine. So which one would I choose? Чей, чье, or чья if I want to ask whose flower is that? Of course, чей, because it's masculine. Чей это цветок? Чей это цветок? And here are 3 different examples. Чей это стул? Remember, stool is masculine, so we choose чей. Чей это стул? Чей он? Yeah, we can replace stool with on, he. Чей это стул? Next one, яблоко, and you remember that the ending o means neutral gender. Яблоко means apple in Russian, so we choose чье. Чье for neutral gender. Чье это яблоко? Чье это яблоко? We could replace that with чье оно? Чье оно? Чье это яблоко? And one more, here we're talking about pillow, and pillow, you remember, подушка. Подушка, as you remember from the previous lesson, is feminine, so we choose чья. Чья это подушка? Чья это подушка? In your head you can replace подушка with она. Чья она? Чья она? Чья это подушка? So please remember, чей он, чье оно, чья она. That's how we change interrogative pronoun whose in Russian. Чей, чье, чья. I would recommend you to practice with all the nouns we learned on the previous lesson and the first lesson, and look at all of them, and in your head try to understand which interrogative pronoun you would use, чей, чье, or чья, when you just look at the word, because you already know the ending and what gender they mean. And here are answers. Это его стул. Это ее яблоко. Это ее подушка. We already learned with you that его means his, ее means her, and also ее means her. Yes, we have 2 girls here. Чей это стул? Это его стул. Чье это яблоко? Это ее яблоко. Чья это подушка? Это ее подушка. And here is a little task for you. You need to put the right pronoun чей or чья. We have машина and кофе. And coffee, I should tell you that coffee in Russian is masculine. And this word actually caused many arguments because people were blaming others for not using the neutral gender and saying that they are not intelligent enough or something like that. But now, as I heard, they changed the gender officially in the dictionary, so coffee now has both genders, he and it. Coffee, but we will use the traditional one and count coffee as masculine. And after you form the questions, please try to answer that this is her car and this is his coffee. And here are answers. Чья это машина? So we're supposed to choose чья, feminine version. Чья это машина? Это ее машина. Чья это машина? Это ее машина. And чей, as I told you that coffee is masculine, so of course we choose чей. Чей это кофе? Чей это кофе? Это его кофе. Чей это кофе? Это его кофе. Right, and here's one more possessive pronoun which we're supposed to change according to the gender and number. And it is my. And my has three different forms in Russian according to the gender of the object I possess. And they are мой, моё, моя. Мой, моё, моя. And as you could guess, мой means my male something. For example, мой стол, мой стол. Моё means neutral. Let's say моё, and for feminine possession, моя мама. Моя мама. And here is a little dialogue. Here we have a specific question. Что это? And you remember from the previous lesson that it means what is it? And the answer, это компьютер. The simple one we learned on the previous lesson, это компьютер. But how to make it more advanced? Let's look on the next slide. If I want to ask, whose computer is that? Чей это компьютер? Чей это компьютер? I can answer, if it's mine, I can answer, это мой компьютер. Это мой компьютер. Why мой? Because computer is masculine in Russian, you remember that, right? Чей это компьютер? Это мой компьютер. One more, just general question, what is it? Что это? Это одеяло. I love this picture. Что это? Это одеяло. And now I'm asking, whose blanket is that? Чье это одеяло? Чье это одеяло? You remember, чье is for neutral. Чье это одеяло? Это мое одеяло. Это мое одеяло. Мое for neutral. Чье это одеяло? Это мое одеяло. And for feminine, I took жена. Кто это? Кто это? Это жена. Кто это? Это жена. You remember from the previous lesson what that means? Who is it? It's wife. Кто это? Это жена. Now I want to make it advanced. I want to know whose wife is that? Чья это жена? Чья for masculine. Чья for feminine, remember? If not, you can go to the previous slides. Чья это жена? Это моя жена. Чья это жена? Это моя жена. And one more pronoun which we're supposed to change according to the gender and number. The last one, I promise. And this is your. Your in singular form also has three different genders. Твой, твое, твоя. Твой, твое, твоя. As you could guess, your masculine, your neutral, and your feminine. And here we have телефон. From the ending, you can understand that телефон is masculine. So I supposed to use чей. Чей это телефон. Чей это телефон. Это твой телефон. это твой телефон. So we should change чей and твой to masculine gender. One more. Чье это кресло? Чье это кресло? Whose armchair is that? Чье это кресло? Это твое кресло. Это твое кресло. And the last one. Чья это мама? Чья это мама? As mama is feminine. Чья means feminine. And the answer это твоя мама. Это твоя мама. And here are good news. The pronoun ее and его, his and her, they don't change no matter what object we possess. So I would use ее брат, брат is masculine, or ее сестра, сестра is feminine, or ее кресло, ее гитара, ее диван, anything we use ее. Same for его. Его also won't change. Его гитара, его стол, его мама, его телефон. That are really good news. So what you need to remember is that we change possessive pronouns for my and your. And I put all of them here so you can review them after you go through this lesson again on your own. And here, one more time, here is the question, whose? Yeah? Чье это? Чье это is just neutral if you want to point to a thing, not naming that. Чье это? But if you want to be concrete and ask specifically about some object and name it, then you should change the word чей, чье, чья according to the gender of the object. And here is how to answer, how to use possessive pronouns, possessive singular pronouns. Я, мой, моё, моя, ты, твой, твоё, твоя, он, оно, она, don't change. Yeah, we always have его, 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 её, её, её. And the second column is for pronouns when you do not mention the thing, just want to say it's mine. Yeah, это моё, это твоё, это его, это её. So you don't need to be specific about the gender, just to point to the thing, but usually we use it when it's just here and I can't show it. So now you're able not just to say that something belongs to you, like это мой стол, это мой ноутбук, это моя футболка, это мой друг, etc. You also can say about your relatives and tell what they do. So here is a little dialogue on ее родственник. We learned today ее, her, он ее родственник. Кто он по профессии? Он студент. Remember, we have студент and студентка. As he is a boy, we say он студент. And here is a little task for you. Look at the picture and answer the question. And form a question about job by yourself. Alright, and here are answers. Чей он муж? Он ее муж. Он ее муж. Чей он муж? Он ее муж. Кто он по профессии? If you chose another version of the question, it's completely fine. You can go back to previous slides to check which of the 3 or 4 different questions you can choose for asking about jobs. Кто он по профессии? Он юрист, as you can see from the picture. Кто он по профессии? Он юрист. That's all. This lesson was a bit more difficult, so I hope you were able to follow me. Of course, if you feel like you would like to review it and go through the slides again, you can find the link for the slides under this video. You're welcome. You can use it as you like and go through it as many times as you want. Thank you for your attention. Благодарю тебя, and see you on the next lesson.